I want to thank you for having me, and I am extremely privileged to be here to share with you this afternoon. I know that this is such a momentous occasion for you, this phase of your life, and you eagerly anticipate the next chapter. Many of you are very eager, some may be nervous. Many are uncertain. Many of you are contemplating what the next move is. But I am here to assure you that you do not need to be anxious. You do not need to be fearful about entering the unknown, because you can enter the unknown through 3 tenets, and these are embedded in your theme. What are they? Faith, discipline, and hard work. You can face the future boldly. Your theme resonates with me. Entering the unknown through faith, discipline, and hard work. Because faith is that starting point. It is the catalyst that you need to propel you forward. It begins with faith. It allows you to enter unfamiliar territories. When you have faith, you know that nothing is impossible with God. And I borrow a quotation from John C. Maxwell. He says, motivation will get you going, but discipline keeps you growing. And that is the law of consistency. With hard work, directed in the right projects. Because many persons are doing hard work, but they're directing their energy in areas that are not beneficial towards their goal. And when you direct your hard work towards your goal and your vision, you can realize your truest potential. You can realize your motto, as it says, work to achieve. One of my favorite books, recorded in Hebrews 11 verse 1, it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is that complete trust, the confidence that you put into someone or something. So I submit to you today that your complete trust and your faith, it cannot be in yourself. It cannot be in your friends. It cannot be in your parents even, or your teachers or the leaders. But I submit to you today that your complete trust has to be in God. Because when all humans fail, He never fails. And with faith, you are launching out into the world. You understand that even when you feel fearful, you will face the unknown. Fear only paralyzes you. But when you push past that fear, you can accomplish great things. Where faith is, doubt is absent. Let me just repeat that. Where faith is, doubt is absent. And so, if you have faith, you cannot be doubtful. Because anyone who doubts, then there's no faith. Faith will keep your dreams alive. It keeps you hopeful. It helps you to pursue your aspirations. And you have such zeal. And when failure comes, you maintain hope to push past those failures. You push past the negativity and you work hard, because as Travis Green says, all things are working for your good. Because He's intentional, never failing. All things are working for your good. Yeah, God is intentional. So when you face obstacles, You know that He is intentionally working things out for you. And that's why you can never give up. Because if you give up, you will not achieve. Faith cannot operate without work. Faith and work goes hand in hand. If you have faith, your faith should produce work. Or in other words, the work that you do will demonstrate the faith that you have. Because if you believe that you can accomplish something, then you will put all the energy and the effort into accomplishing that thing. So faith plus work will equal success. And I want to admonish you today that in pursuit of your goal, in pursuit of your vision, always keep in mind that except the Lord builds the house, the laborers labor in vain that built it. And also remember that many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord who will, His plans and His purpose will prevail. So sometimes you have your own plans. Sometimes you have your own dreams and aspirations, what you want to do. But when you submit this to God, He has a way of turning them around, and He has a way of setting you on that path that you need to go. Because when we do it on our own, we go around the corners, we take the long road, we travel distances that end up to our demise sometimes. But if we put our plans and if we put our future in His hands, He will direct you in the path that He needs you to be. Because as I've heard from this graduation service, walk in your purpose. And your purpose can be sure. Your purpose is guaranteed. Your purpose will be successful when you submit that to your Creator. In entering the unknown, you must be careful of distractions. So often, many plans get aborted. Dreams die. Many avert from the direction which would lead to their success, all because of distractions. It may be the distraction of that temptation of this get money quick. And that seems to be the culture of a lot of Jamaicans these days. There may be the distraction of a relationship, a friendship. It may be procrastination or being caught up doing so many other things that are not aligned with your goal. These can be considered as notification pop-ups. So guess what? Just turn your notification off. Get rid of those distractions. And one way you can also get rid of this distraction is to have your goals clearly outlined. Many of you may not know what you're going to do next month, but think about it tonight. Go through, think about what your goals are. Think about a vision for your life. Write that down. Write down those goals. Write down your vision. Place it somewhere where you can see that every day. And that will be the reminder to you. Every moment you pass that, you will be reminded of where you see yourself in the future. You outline your plans and you implement your plans. And even when you get discouraged, you will stick to the plan. There's a saying that those who fail to plan, what they do? Plan to fail. So you have to write them down, plan it out, and implement that. Stay focused to your vision. Also, don't get too comfortable where you are right now. You're basking in your accomplishments now. You're graduating from the academy, Yallahs High School. This is a phase, and you celebrate the moment. You must, because you put in a lot of hard work to get to the point where you are. But don't get too comfortable there. You must move on. When your CXC results come out and you get your subjects, your 10 subjects, or even your 5 subjects, or whatever number that you get, if that was your aim, celebrate. Move on after the celebration. There are so many people who get stuck in their past successes, and that dims what the future should look like. Don't get stuck in your past. Celebrate and move on. And even if you didn't accomplish the goal, the number of subjects that you wanted, even if you have some disappointments, guess what you need to do? Go back to the drawing board. Think about those things that you need to put in place to get you where you need to go. Because even when you face failures, you shouldn't allow failure to deter you. You shouldn't allow failures to set you back and to cause you to remain in the past. But use failure as a stepping stone to move forward. You have many more hurdles to jump over. This is just a phase. So the other tenet is discipline. And I would like to insert self-discipline. Self-discipline is the most important aspect to achieve success. So many people start many projects. They stop along the way because they lack self-discipline. Self-discipline is that system of governance. It is how you operate. It is what you allow to influence you. This is what controls your life, the various aspects of your life. Self-discipline is when you can exercise control over your behaviors, when you can do the hard work. Self-discipline is when you will take control and do what you need to do. Self-discipline will, when you have a deadline to meet, it will help you to accomplish that. And even when you feel like giving up, self-discipline will tell you, keep on pushing. When you are going 1 mile, discipline will help you to go 2 and 3 and take the next level. So, for example, something as simple as brushing your teeth and flossing at night before bed. It takes self-discipline to do that. So the more you practice to doing these simple things, the more you practice to discipline yourself and allow that to govern your life, you are becoming a disciplined person. And that's the same attitude that I want you to take as you look at your goals and you look at your future, which is ahead of you. Remember that without self-discipline, you cannot reap success. Success is still achieved through hard work, discipline, and faith. To share another quotation by this international leadership coach, John Maxwell, and I quote, he says, "Self-discipline, more than any other quality I think of, is the one thing that separates successful people from unsuccessful. Think of all it encompasses: honoring commitments, honoring promises and deadlines, keeping your life on a schedule, being willing to go the extra mile. Self-discipline is essential to success. The alternative to life is a life ruled by emotions, and none of us can afford that if we're going to fulfill our purpose and realize our potential," end quote. So, discipline yourself to get some hard work. And I am certain that your tenure here has been filled with challenges. It may have had some difficult moments, but here you are. Here you are in this exercising. You're transitioning from here, and you're taking those valuable lessons you have gained here, and you are going to take those and allow them to be a part of your life as you move forward. This phase that you're closing, you're entering now the next phase, and it's going to come with more hard work. But only you have to decide. You have to decide how much effort you're willing to put in it. You have to decide what it will take for you to accomplish your dreams. Are you going to push even harder? Are you going to push even further? You are the one who is in control of that. And so, of course, you guessed it by now. The next tenet is hard work. And Robert Kiyosaki, he's the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He says, remember, the easy road often becomes harder. And the hard road often becomes easy. So choose to invest in yourself now. The best investment that you can put in yourself is your academics and your relationship with your Creator. Because anybody else can take everything away from you. And when everything else fails, no one can take what you have learned from you. No one can take that relationship from you. And these are things that you must invest in. When you invest in your life now, it will become easier for you in the future. But if you waste time and you're not willing to put in the work now, later it's going to get harder. Many people don't like hard work. And that's the age that we're living in right now. A lot of people want things to come to them easy. And technology has revolutionized the way how we operate. Many of the things that we want, we can get it at the click of a button. And it comes fast. It is easy and it's extremely accessible. And sometimes you may be thinking that everything should be this easy, but it's not. So whenever you want to accomplish something, don't get thrown off when it becomes difficult. But you must understand that because you want to achieve this and you want to achieve this goal this badly, you're going to put in the work. And we don't have to look very far in Jamaica to find some successful people. And I'll use the world of sports. Everybody knows Shelley and Fraser Price. Everyone knows Usain Bolt. And some may even know Aliyah Atkinson. And we are seeing their success now. But we didn't see the hard work that they put in. We didn't see the failures that they had. We didn't see the countless hours that they had to invest to be able to be basking in this success now. We didn't see that. But it gives us hope to know that if other people can accomplish it, we can also. Successful people know that failures are inevitable, and they consider failures as learning moments and not as defeats. Successful people push through obstacles, and they have their eyes fixed on their vision. So, here's my story. I grew up in a community where there weren't much role models, positive role models. But I didn't allow the circumstances around me to keep me in that place. What I did was learn from the mistakes of others. I know that I didn't have to make those same mistakes, like getting pregnant and leaving school, not going to college after high school. I didn't have to put myself through being a stay-at-home mom or something like that. And I must respect those persons who have found themselves in situations like those. But I know that it cannot be easy. Oftentimes they have to go through much difficulty to allow even you to be where you are. My mom had me when she was going on to 17. And many of my aunts and other relatives didn't get a tertiary education. But I had to be that person who would bring about the change. And I was determined to do that. I told myself then that I needed to go to university. And I didn't allow the fact that my stepfather was in a job that was unstable. Money would come this time and not the other time. My mom was a stay-at-home mom. I didn't allow those things to say, I don't have the money, so I'm not even going to go. I applied to the Northern Caribbean University anyways. When I got accepted, I packed my one suitcase and I went. I knew why I was going there. I found myself in the accounts department, and as I sat there, the advice to me was, don't start school now. Work 1 year and then reapply, because I didn't have any money. So of course they were concerned about how the school fee was going to be paid. And that advice to me was a distraction. That was a no for me. I was not going to leave where I'm coming from, come up here, be distracted. I cried and I begged them. I said, listen, I want to work and study. And I thank God for Northern Caribbean University, because they have a work-study program there. I was willing to put in the work. I wasn't afraid to do any work. My shame was outside the door. I did janitorial services. See me walking up and down with the buckets and the mops on the university campus. I did landscaping, and that was a nice fancy term for gardening. I did receptionist work at nights at the school dorm. It got difficult, yes, but I wasn't going to give up, because I wasn't going to leave without what I came for. And I did that until I was able to be a lab instructor for anatomy and physiology and biology lab. So those are what I did. And listen, every year, every semester, as a matter of fact, I had to go to the accounts department and go get a pink slip to do my exams. That pink slip is when you didn't clear your school fees, but you're going to beg them anyways to let you sit your exams. And I thank God I didn't fail any subjects. I couldn't afford to fail them because I knew how difficult it was. My last 2 years I took student loan. Some people are afraid to take student loan, but when you take student loan and you have the discipline to work and pay it back, you know it's something that you're investing in your education. So if you don't have the means and other ways to get it going, then that is an option, but you have to determine what that is. So even before knowing where the money was coming from, I was going to do the master's. And then that opportunity came up where this employer was willing to employ me full-time salary, and full-time scholarship to do the program. If you didn't position yourself with the opportunities you have now, then the future may not look that bright. But take advantage of the opportunities that you have now. And as I close, when things get difficult, you can rock back on the song by Mary Mary. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I've started from. Nobody told me the road would be easy, but I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. So my journey is one of growth and development, and I pray that that will be your journey too. And you don't have to be fearful or be anxious about the unknown. But as Thomas S. Rayner said in his book, The Post-Quarantine Church, face the future with confidence and excitement because God is already there. Graduating class of 2022, congratulations to you.